What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin, and this is the second attempt to record Abramelin, Never Enough Snuff. I did the video, shared it around, only to be told there was no sound, and to my horror there wasn't. That was really embarrassing. So deleted the video and I have to do it again. So blessing in disguise really, because I've managed to, you know, spend a bit more time on the album, and pretty much my opinion then is the same now, just more solidified really. So Abramelin are an old school, one of the flagship death metal bands from Australia. I think these guys and Blood Duster. Abramelin put out, that is nasty as fuck, isn't it? So they most known for their self-titled album in 1994, I believe. You've got Transgression from Acheron, the EP from 1994, and the self-titled album from 1995. Tim Aldridge on guitar and Simon Bauer on vocals are the two original members, and Rob Mollica on guitar, who's been in the band since 1995. But I first got into Abramelin, I'll just show you it's not focused. I got into them through Matt Wilcock, who was, you get the idea here, it gets rather gory. So if you watch one of my earlier videos, the highlights of the year so far, I talked up Werewolves, The Dead Die Screaming, which is still one of the best albums of the year. This is easily, it's neck and neck with another album, and there's another album coming out which I'm anticipating is going to stir things up. But yeah, that's definitely one of the albums of the year. But Matt Wilcock and Sam Bean, by the way, who does bass and vocals on that album, they were both in the Berserker, recorded this masterpiece, one of the heaviest albums ever, and one of Australia's, well, one of death metal in general's most extreme bands. But after that he went on to join Akakaka. He did 2 albums with them, and then an offshoot of Akakaka was the Antichrist Imperium. He's done 2 albums with these also. I think there's a 3rd album in the works actually. So I was watching Through the Necroscope, is that the channel, with, I'm pretty sure it's Through the Necroscope, an interview with Matt, and he just mentioned that Abramelin were a band that he grew up watching, and you know, luckily enough he's managed to join them and has put out an album with them. So I checked them out off the back of that really, and yeah, I've been listening to it ever since. So Abramelin, they just do a fantastic mix of it's all that brutality to begin with, but every song is just a riff salad. Everything's a shred fest. They make good uses of pace and, what's the word? Pace and tempo really. They'll go from fast to groove. There's plenty of chuggy riffs, there's plenty of shredding riffs, and is it Tim, the vocalist I mentioned earlier? He has a great mix. He goes from, you know, nice and throaty, sorry, Simon Dower. He has like a real deep growl, but then goes into like a scratchy scream, and he swings between the two nicely and just does whatever the song suits best. And most notably though is the solos. Every solo on this album is just really melodic and just really, it just cuts through it as well. Like, so you've got all this brutality and madness going on, and then this solo just holds everything together. It's kind of like just a shining light through it all. So if you think, like, say Cannibal Corpse, but with the melody in the solos at least, and in the leads of, say, Carcass's Heartwork, or even later day Death, you know. And I'm just trying to, I say with standout songs, Knife Play starts out with a real nasty sort of slow riff beginning of. Full Gore Whore is sort of the catchy number of the album. Horizontal is a standout, and Play With Your Prey as well is awesome. This CD edition, by the way, comes with a re-recording of the track Pleasures from the second album, which came out in 1996, I believe. It's Dead Speak. No, it came out in 2000. Sorry. So there's a pretty good collection which I think I'm going to look into getting, which basically everything they had recorded. It was released in 2013, so it's everything up to that point. And yeah, this has made me want to go backwards. I've checked out the first 2 albums on YouTube, but finding a copy of them is just, you have to sell your kidney to afford it. So yeah, anyway, standout tracks aside, this does work as one. You got to listen to the album in full. It's a great listen. I've been playing it in the gym, and it's just been getting me through all the hard bits, and it's just a fantastic slice of death metal. It really is, and that glare is pissing me off. But yeah, it's just it's exactly what you want from a death metal album, and just everything is just mixed perfectly, from the way the songs are thought out, set out, the way the album flows, and it's constantly changing, it's constantly interesting, and above all, it's fun. So yeah, this is definitely this is going to be on the top 10 album of the year. I can definitely anticipate. This is a real, and the way I just stumbled across it as well, it was just mentioned in an interview, and I checked it out, and yeah, it's an album that I've gone on to love, and I've discovered a whole new band, so that's pretty much the point of this channel. So Abramelin, death metal from Australia. You know what to do. See you later, folks.